We are looking back a year. We are looking back just today. Yesterday, as you know, in these off-year elections where we had gubernatorial battles in Virginia and New Jersey, both going as expected to the Democrats in control there. Also, more of a government reach in states like Maine where they approved an expansion of Medicaid. I'm wondering if Art Laffer is following all that and getting worried about a trend that could pick up steam, let's say next year in the midterm elections. Doesn't always happen that way, but Art, do you worry about that?
Of course I do. I worry about it all the time. I mean, I expected New Jersey and Virginia to go for Democrats, but I was hoping we'd get Virginia, but we didn't. And the vote in Maine is not a good sign at all. But, really, frankly, the stock market's up like this. We have a great opportunity next year, especially in the Senate, where we have, I think, 8 or 9 Democrats running for re-election in Trump states. So I think we pick up Senate seats next year, and I think we may pick up House seats as well. But this is not a good sign yesterday, and it wasn't, and it worries me.
All right. We're getting some pushback from Mitch McConnell, the Senate leader, saying that reports that the Senate tax plan could be delayed are a bit premature, that things are still on to get this proposal out by the end of the week. Of course, that would be an alternative to what the House has already laid out, the House Ways and Means Committee, and they're going to have multiple votes on that. Where do you see this process going?
Well, I see the process going along Mitch McConnell's line. I mean, they've been frantically working on doing their own bill in the Senate, and I've been a little bit involved with them on that. And I think they may come up with a very good bill as well in the Senate. The House at the very end, as you know, Neil, put in all sorts of nonsense that just made it much less pro-growth. The one thing
What's the nonsense that you are hearing could be removed in the Senate?
Oh, well, the doubling of the tax exemptions is just silly. Some of the child tax credits don't make sense to me. Making that 46% tax bracket in there. And there are tons and tons of others in the bill as well that have reduced the pro-growth aspects. Now, it's still a very, very good bill. And cutting that corporate rate from 35 to 20 is excellent. It really is. But I want to make sure that the Senate doesn't add to those distractions, et cetera, because the whole purpose of revenues is economic growth. If you can raise the growth rate 1% over the next 10 years, you increase revenues a huge, huge amount. And that will happen with the corporate rate. I guess I've got an old line. Can I give you an old line phrase?
Sure.
If at first you don't succeed, skydiving is probably not for you.
All right.
And nor should Senate bill making be for them either. Get it right the first time. Otherwise, they're going to have real problems.
Do you know real quickly on this measure that the Senate is kicking around whether they are still going to stick by, removing the deduction for state and local taxes? That's something the House did and they would follow up on it?
I don't know what the Senate is going to do. I've been involved with the Senate in discussing this, but I really don't know what they're going to end up doing.
I think you know. You're just not sharing.
No, I really don't. Okay. I really don't. But you know what I think. I think they should get rid of the deduction for state and local taxes. I think they should get rid of the alternative minimum tax. I think they should have 100% expensing of capital. I think they should cut the corporate rate from 35 to 15. I think they should get rid of the inheritance tax. But if I were doing it, Neil, I would just do the corporate tax rate and that be a standalone. Right. Then, if that one passes, you go to the inheritance tax. That one passes and just do them one bill, one bill, one bill. I'd use James Carville's KISS model. Keep it simple. And just make sure it's done carefully and not all this stuff in it. Well, you would agree with me, don't you, Neil?
I would never telegraph how I feel to you if you're not sharing all the details with me. I mean, I am
sharing every detail with you, Neil.
All right, Art Laffer, thank you very, very much, my friend.